So I did want to cover some information about college night and IVCC tonight. If you're interested in transferring to a 4-year, there's going to be a lot of colleges out there, as well as other schools. If your friends are interested in, like Paul Mitchell, the beauty school, Educators of Beauty, military branches. Sorry, they're not all beauty schools. And a lot of different 4-year schools are going to be out here. This is a great chance to, for those of you who are intending to transfer, to make connections with these representatives. Sometimes when you do make connections like that, it gives you kind of more ability to ask for things like, hey, what is your policy on waiving the application fee, and just things like that. Small things that add up in the end. Because I know that some of you guys are applying to lots of schools, and for those who aren't, there's other opportunities too, to just kind of see what other schools have in terms of resources, and see if those are available at your school, if that's something that is of value for you and that you want to put higher up on your list when you're searching for the transfer institution. We're going to talk about a little bit about if you're interested in serving as a tour guide, or just being a representative, talking about your experiences at some of these upcoming events. Tomorrow we're going to be hosting about 20 high school seniors from Streator. I am full up on that, so we've got a lot of help on that. That's great. We have a Latino student visit on Thursday. If you have any desire to come in and talk or speak to that community, reach out to Azarette, or let me know. And that's another visit where we might need some tour guides and stuff. For those who are interested, I did sorry, this is backtracking a little bit, but I did send out an interest form for those who may be interested in getting involved with some of these events on them. We had our tour guide training last week. That was great. And it's just kind of like a basic walk around campus and overview of what you talk about. They're just very quick, like 20-minute tours is what we're trying to say. And just walking the student around campus is something. And this is something that you can put on your resume, have experience as, yes, I was a campus tour guide at IVCC. I know that it sounds strange and some of you might never have considered it before, but it's a great opportunity to meet people. And it's also a great opportunity to kind of learn more about public speaking and how to connect with people, because I know that's something that's very valuable and is hard to come by these days, when we're always behind screens and everything. Explore IVCC is our next big event, which we would really love some help with. That's kind of our open house event, and it helps whether we're talking to students, doing check-in, campus tours once again, helping out with evaluations. This is a great open house event that we're always proud to put on. And if you have any desire to assist with these events, you don't have to stay for the whole time. Even if you can just pop in for a little bit and see what we need assistance with, reach out. I'll let Ben take it away with other service possibilities in the works. And not Ben, I'm sorry, Ben. Dylan.
Okay. So I've contacted a couple of people, mainly Starved Rock Media, about Halloween on the Hill. So last year we had Trunk or Treat. It was hosted by, in conjunction with Starved Rock Media and Illinois Valley Community Hospital. And basically it was more or less just a trick or treat in the parking lot, as far as I know, with, the different cars. You go up to the trunks and get candy. This year they're doing Halloween on the Hill, and I'm not so sure what that's going to be, but I've been talking to somebody from Starved Rock Media about us volunteering and helping with that. And that's going to be Saturday, October 30th, so the day before Halloween. We also have the Christmas tree auction, which we did either last year or the year before. And that's going to be at Upscale Resale in LaSalle. And that's going to be more towards the holidays. And we're going to go there and we're going to decorate for Christmas. And we're going to decorate a Christmas tree for a Christmas tree auction. And Ptk got a $1,000 community service micro grant for doing that one of the years. And so it'd be pretty cool if that was a possibility again. There's also the scholarship workshop, which is towards the end of the semester. And if any of you have any experience helping people with essays or tutoring, or if you feel that you're good at writing essays, you could help with that, just helping like high school students write scholarship essays. And even if you are yourself writing an essay for scholarships, you could come and get some help with that. And then in December, there is the celebration of lights in the Sal, and basically there's going to be a Tuesday, I believe, where if we go on a Tuesday, and we can get a portion of the proceeds. Yeah, we can get like we can help with that. And I contacted LaSalle local government about that already, and so they have us in mind for the celebration of lights for helping with that. So if any of you are interested in doing any of those, the Halloween on the Hill, the Christmas tree auction, the scholarship workshop, or the celebration of lights, just let me know, because we're trying to get like a general head count of who's interested in what, because we want to know how many people are going to be there for that. And so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the Christmas tree auction assistance was really fun when we did it. I think it was 2 years ago now. And so Upscale Resale is they are a secondhand store, but also boutique, and their proceeds they donate back to the community. And so these Christmas tree auctions are auctioning them off. You get to assist with decorating them, and they're all beautiful, like huge Christmas trees. And Raylene in the past has done one that's like Mickey Mouse themed and the Grinch themed and like country themed and all that stuff. And so it's a really great event in the Valley. And it was a lot of fun when we assisted a few years ago. So that's something that like I did want to highlight. And thank you so much, Dylan, for talking about those. Did you want to talk about the display case?
Yeah, sure. So near where their old tutoring center is, if anyone knows where that was, there's a Ptk display case, and I'm pretty sure it was last updated 2011 when Ptk was first established at IV, because that's what it looks like, because they have the charter for it and pictures of like the first officers. And so Graceland said it'd be a good idea if we could possibly update that to reflect, more modern times. And pretty much anything could go there. It could be relating to PTK or not relating to PTK at all, just pretty much anything that reflects, IVCC's values or anything like that. So if anybody here has any ideas for like something we could put in there, it could be really anything. If you've been walking around the college down the hallways and you've seen those display cases on the side of the walls with all sorts of stuff, we can put wherever we like in there. So if anyone has any ideas, just go ahead and shoot. I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be relating to PTK at all. We could, update it to reflect our current members. We could, update it to just be something entirely different. It's really up to us what we want to do there. And either you can say something now, or, whoever's watching this, they can send an email to me or Graceland, or to both of us with any ideas. Anything works.
What?
And then we also,
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering for in terms of brainstorming ideas, what is the best platform these days that people use? I know we've used Google Drive in the past and just creating like a blank space for people to add on and stuff. I'm not sure if there's like a cooler version of that or what students use these days. But if anyone has any input on that, that could be something somewhere where we can collaborate as well.
I mean, I think Google Docs works pretty well because anyone can access it. You don't need to download any apps. You can just go in any web browser and edit the document, and that'd be great for everybody because you don't have to download anything. That's just my opinion. I don't really know about anything else that we could use.
Would you be able to create like a Google Doc, and you could just put like, our ongoing list of events maybe and just ideas so we can share with the group?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, we could do that. Definitely. Yep. then we also have a big project that we have the option to do for PTK in the next year. So like when I something I suggested was something like a project success sort of thing where you help students, plan their success, you help them do better in their classes, set goals, make plans to achieve them. But it doesn't have to be that. It can be anything, just any sort of project that we want to work on over the course of the next year. So once again, we can make a Google Doc for that. And any ideas whatsoever, there's no bad ideas. You can just throw them out there and we can add them to the Google Doc. You have anything to add to that, Gracelyn?
The one thing I do want to emphasize, just from past experience and years in student affairs and working with groups, is that we do want to move on some of these a little bit faster. It's already October, which is kind of scary. I love the fall and everything, but for some of these big picture ideas, they're great. I'm so excited to see them come to fruition. But yeah, we need to hopefully, if there are other people who are interested in, like, from PTK, or even if there's people from like your friends who are interested to have ideas. I mean, I like to think of it as a pretty open group that just like service. So if this is like the place that they can connect and make those kind of ideas for our school and a community come true, let us know and share their ideas here. So that's just something I wanted to put out there. But it's great that we have some of these service opportunities kind of coming through, and I'm excited because we're further on that than we have been in the past. For since this is recorded too, I'm talking to a little bit of everyone. I saw there was several views on our last recording, so that was awesome. If you are interested in, I hope you're interested in Lunch and Learn this spring. So if you do have any contacts in the fields of engineering, healthcare, medicine, business or education, technology, that are very passionate about their fields and want to share with incoming students or prospective students going to those fields, try to see if you can make contact and see if this would be something that they're available for in February, March. And we just want to get outreach as soon as possible so we can put together another great event. That was a side note, not on the agenda, but just wanted you guys to keep it in mind for the future.
Did you want to talk about like what kind of people we're looking for, specifically? Because I know that you said the healthcare, engineering, but you also said like, this year you'd like to have more areas like cybersecurity, stuff we haven't done in the past.
Yeah, and we can also put that into, like, it's pretty apparent that technology is another great field that is that deserves some attention. I know in the past with technology, we've kind of had that in engineering in terms of like computer science and programming, which is that can stay there too. But if anyone knows anyone in the fields of cybersecurity or anything in that, I know that's a big field. But cybersecurity analysts work everywhere. We have some at the school, they work in hospitals, banks, everywhere. Sometimes it's people who are in IT who also work cybersecurity. So if that's something, or networking administration, those could be fields that we also include in one of our lunch and learns, or maybe create a different one to focus on those fields. But for engineering, for example, in the past, we've had students, last year we had someone's brother come in as a mechanical engineer and was talking about his pathway from IVCC to, I believe he went to Northern and where he is now. We had a programmer, my husband is a software engineer, so he spoke about that. That was 2 years ago, but we've also had structural engineers and environmental science engineers. And this is, once again, a great way to network. So if you have, like I said, people who were passionate about reaching out to the future generations, this is a great way to give back. In terms of business, we've had people talk about accounting or vice president of operations for a company. In education, we've had teachers, principals, and even counselors. As a and I can speak about our experiences as well. And for healthcare, we've had nurses. I know last year my sister was able to participate as the one of the senior public health officials in San Diego now. And so we also had physicians in the past. And so this is kind of just somewhere where we can get people exposed to other careers within healthcare and medicine, such as physician assistants or physical therapists. So those are other fields that you might have people that and that if you have a good relationship with them, we'd love to see them assist with these programs. And does anyone else have any questions or input or anything?
So Gracelyn, going back to the project ideas, what has PTK done in the past for that? Like our chapter done for the project?
I was only involved in it probably the past 2 years, or there might have been stuff in the past. I know I've spoken about, this is just something I heard, but in the past they've done things like, and I don't even know, but this sounds like a cool idea. I guess they had done some sort of beautification project around the retention pond that's in between the main campus and East Campus. So it could be something like that. It could be something like creating resources or a resource spot for resources we have on campus that maybe centralize them, like Dylan was mentioning with like a transfer service center. It can be something in the community. It could be the display case idea that you want it to reflect something that's like more modern careers or just highlight things like that. So it really could be anything that you guys are passionate about and think is feasible and practical and that we can implement during this time. It could be, I mean, another idea, I guess, could be maybe it's outreach to local schools or community centers about college, educating students about college. Like I said, it's making the experience for yourself. So these are just ideas. They're not anything that that are concrete and that you have to go through. And but if there's something that you really want, like that, if it's something that you want to see come to fruition, talk to us. I mean, because this is a group that's listening to see if there's anything we can help with. Okay, well, I guess since we don't have anyone else chiming in or anything, if you don't have any questions or anything, we'll send out another email to see. Dylan, are you going to be following up then with more of the Halloween on the Hill information?
Yes, I will. I'm actually going to call Starved Rock Media either later today or tomorrow, and I'm going to get some more information. And I'd like to be able to tell them, how many people are interested, but at this point, I don't know. So if you are interested, just send me an email and I'll get your name so we can get a general head count for who would be interested in going to that.
Okay, and we'll see you tonight if you decide to attend the college and career fair. That's at 6:30 in the gym. There's a financial aid session before that at 5:30. So if you are a continuing student and need help with FAFSA or anything like that, it's a great place to go and just get that information refresh. Otherwise, we will be in touch via email. And thank you everyone for showing up, and we hope that we get some people to watch our recording too. Have a great week, everyone.